It's in the early hours that the first convoys carrying the injured and sick moved out of the besieged areas. By daybreak, buses carrying government loyalists and supporters were heading towards Aleppo province. The mood on board was somber. They were under siege by the opposition in the towns of Kefraya and Foua in the northern Idlib province. At the same time, opposition fighters, activists and civilians from the towns of Zabadani and Madaya near Damascus were also being evacuated, areas that were surrounded by the regime forces and Hezbollah.
The situation is very difficult for us. As much as I can talk, I won't be able to express how bitter it tastes. We are leaving our town, our families, our friends. We are forced to do this. We are not happy.
They were heading to the Idlib province, territory under opposition control. In total, about 7,350 people are being swapped. Among them, more than 2,000 fighters from both sides. They were allowed to carry their personal weapon. This population swap is part of a four-town agreement brokered by regional powers. It called for the relocation of more than 12,000 people and a 90-day ceasefire in those areas. It also guarantees that there will be no reprisals on those who chose to stay in their hometowns, regardless of their political affiliation. Both areas have been besieged since 2015. Living conditions in Zabadani and Madaya have deteriorated to the point of unbearable, many suffering from severe malnourishment. Aid would reach them after bitter negotiations. Those in Kefraya and Foua also relied on airdrops, but neither sides were able to break the siege militarily. The evacuees are scheduled to reach their final destination at the same time. The regime supporters have already arrived at the crossing point, but they will have to wait several hours before those on the move from Zabadani and Madaya get to the edges of rebel-controlled territory. Once they arrive, preparations will be underway for another swap in the coming days. It will include the release of prisoners held in government jails, including women. Hoda Abdel-Hamid, Al Jazeera on the Turkish-Syrian border.